can you go ahead and introduce yourself and give us your classification?
Yeah. So, hi, my name is Mariah Chavez. I am a sophomore industrial engineering major from Dallas, Texas.
Nice. Okay. So, what made you decide to go to college?
When I was really young, my mom, she was a single mother. She had me when she was 19, and she kind of struggled. She decided she wanted to go to school for a little bit, but because she had me, she couldn't actually fully go full time, so she stopped going to community college and decided to just focus on me instead. She would try to go back a couple times after that, but as far as like community college goes, she just never finished. And I feel like maybe that was partly my fault, I guess, just because she had me so young. And my dad, he did some like technical school, but never any actual college. And so I just feel like growing up, my both of my parents, they kind of pushed college onto me, and they were saying this is something that we want for you because we want you to succeed in the future rather than now where they're both adults and they're both struggling to find like a stable job because there's been multiple times where my mom has been laid off and there's been multiple times where my dad's been laid off. Just recently my dad got laid off in December, and it's a lot harder for them to find actual jobs because they don't have degrees and things like that. So I know that for me and for my family, I'm going to college because of them, and I kind of want to be the first one in the family to come back with an actual like degree and diploma. And I'm an older sister. I'm the oldest in the family, and I know that now like my little sister looks up to me, and she wants to go to college. She wants to go to Texas A&M because I'm here, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's just something that I want to do for my family because no one else has done it. Like nobody else in the family, not even just immediate family, like nobody else has been a university student or fully graduate student, and that's just something that I want to do and make a difference and make a change in my family for the future.
Cool. No, that's good. That was good. Awesome. Okay. So, what was the application process like for college in general?
Well, my application process, I would say confusing. It was confusing. For the most part, I had a lot of guidance in high school. I had a really good guidance counselor, so I applied to like 12 to 15 different universities just to apply and just to see where I would end up. I got rejected from a good amount of them because I think I had like high hopes and a lot of ambition to get into like really good schools. And then I ended up here at Texas A&M. I would say maybe the hardest part is not necessarily college applications. It's more of FAFSA. I think that's a harder application because even now I don't even know what I'm doing when I do it every year. It's still confusing, and I'm already in my second year of college. But as far as the college application goes, I think that it's not that bad. Maybe the essays could be harder if you don't know what to talk about. But as long as you have like the right people around you, then it shouldn't be that bad.
Awesome. Okay. So you said you had good help at your high school with your guidance counselor.
Mm-hmm.
What was the help like at home?
So the help at home, my mom has always been really good about writing. So when it comes to writing, I'm not the best at writing. She's better. She's a better writer than I am. So I feel like the help at home was her kind of like looking over my essays, and I'm like, okay, does this make sense? Is this good flow? Different things like that. And then my dad, my dad didn't really know how to help with my college applications. Neither of my parents really knew how to help with my application because neither of them really went through the process. Yeah. But they were really supportive. They were just like, apply to the schools that you're interested in and we'll support you no matter what. I think that the hardest part was probably just the essays, and my mom helped me through that. So that was the most support I had, just for them to being really supportive, and like wherever I go, they weren't like making me stay close to home, and they weren't making me like move far away. They were just like, whatever feels best for you, like go ahead and do that and just apply to what you feel is right.
That's good. Okay. If you remember, tell me about the day you got your acceptance letter.
I do remember the day I got my acceptance letter. So at my high school, whenever we would get acceptance letters and we would get accepted into certain universities, my guidance counselor would kind of make a big deal about it. I went to a really small high school. I went to a a charter high school for STEM, and you know, we were the first graduating class of that school. So it was like a big deal for everybody that was getting acceptance letters. And when I got Texas A&M, I was really excited actually. I was surprised that I got in, but I was also really excited. And she kind of did like an announcement during lunch. She was like, I just want everybody to like give a congratulations to Mariah because she got into Texas A&M. And that was really nice. Just knowing that I'm getting accepted to universities was enough for me, knowing that I have a place to go. Because I did apply to a lot of different schools, and like the first couple ones I did get were rejection letters, and so I was like, okay, you know, next university, I guess. And so when I heard back from Texas A&M and I got that acceptance letter, it was relieving. It was good to know that I have somewhere to go, and knowing that I can make a difference in my family, and like I'm going to do what I want to do. And it was tough coming down to like a final decision of where I want to go, but the day I got my application, I was really excited, and we celebrated back at home too, just knowing that I got into a great university like Texas A&M.
Cool. Tell me about your first day on campus.
First day on campus?
Yeah. It can be your move-in day, or it can be the first time you were like at the.
Okay, yeah, I'll do move-in day.
NSC, yeah.
Oh, or NSC. I can do
It
both.
Be either or. It could be either or, however you want, or both.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll do both just to give you more things.
Okay. Cool.
So at my NSC, I showed up here in like July or June with my mom, and it was just her and I at my NSC. And I remember they gave us this huge list of things we were supposed to do and huge agenda of like what we were gonna do for like the next 2 days. And I remember just thinking like, wow, this is a lot of different things I have to go to. Okay. And I was excited, and my mom was also excited. But when I remember there was a moment at my NSC where I think there was just a lot of different things going on. I can't remember specifically what it was, but I remember that I had a hard time, and like I just started crying at my NSC because I think that there was just a lot of different stuff going on, and I was kind of confused, and I didn't know who to ask, and my mom was also confused, and we didn't know where we were at because it's such a big campus, and I think it was just really overwhelming. And so I wouldn't say it was a bad experience. It was just kind of like a realization like, wow, like I'm actually at college and I'm actually doing things. And so it was a lot, I guess, on me at the time. But I made it through, you know, and the NSC is important to go to. So I went and I did my schedule and everything that I needed to get done. But there were times where like I was getting lost and I didn't know where I was going. And but as far as my first day, I guess like my move-in day was exciting. I was really excited to be here. I was stoked. And it was both my parents that came with me, and they helped me move in, and they packed up my stuff, and you know, it took a while to get everything out of the car, but once I got into my room, my roommate was already there, and so that was exciting. Her family was there, and we got to say hi to each other. Our parents met. That was a nice moment. And then I remember after that, once I packed everything up, or I was settled in, and then it was time for me to say goodbye, and I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm totally gonna be fine saying goodbye. Totally fine. And then once my mom hugged me, I was like, oh no. And then she started crying, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start crying too. Because once my parents start crying, then I start crying. And my dad was like, it's gonna be fine. Like, she's gonna come back home. She'll be here for now, and it's gonna be fine. And I think it was just like that was probably like the moment where I was like, wow, this is happening. I'm an actual college student. I'm separating from my parents. I'm living with a roommate, but technically still on my own, you know. And it was really, really shocking, and just something that I'll never forget, because, you know, that's like kind of the day that my life changed forever, because I'm officially attending college and I'm officially on my own, and, you know, I'm no longer seeing my parents every day, and I call them when I can. But it was hard, you know, saying goodbye to my family, and because we're all so close, and this is something that I'm doing for them and also myself, but mostly for them, you know. And so just knowing that I'm able to do that is really, really nice.
Okay, so what is your major and why did you choose it?
Okay, this is a good question. So my major is industrial engineering, I actually did not know which engineering I wanted to do for a whole year, maybe a little longer than that. I went on a study abroad trip to Mexico, and we went to, actually I don't remember where we went. Gosh, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was a whole year ago. If it comes back, I'll say it. But
Okay.
we went to Mexico, and it was an engineering entrepreneurship trip, and that was really nice. And I remember at the moment I did not know what I wanted to do. I knew that I was interested in entrepreneurship and engineering, so it was like a good combination. And that was nice, but at the moment when I was there, I was just kind of enjoying everything that was going on. Did not know what I wanted to do. I knew from high school I wanted to do engineering. I knew that I was interested in like electronics, and so I initially assumed I wanted to do electrical engineering. Then I kind of got into like the first year, and then I realized I don't want to actually graduate as an electrical engineering major. And so by that point, I was kind of stuck. I had a lot of good people around me. At the study abroad trip, there was a teacher there, a professor. His name was Rodney Bohm, and he helped me a lot. He actually became my mentor for a little bit, and he kind of guided me to different options. And at the time, I was really thankful for it because I had no idea what I was doing. And once ETAM applications came around, I was pretty set on industrial engineering. And I feel like with industrial engineering, it's the best degree for me because I feel that I'm a people person. And I feel that with industrial engineering, you have to work with so many different departments in a company. And it's kind of more of like the big picture and how everything comes together and getting like certain parts and shipments, shipped out to customers when that's really important. And communication is like the number one thing that's important with that job. But I feel like a lot of engineers don't have that communication skills that they need. And so I feel like I fit that role where I can talk to different departments in a company and kind of bring everything together and make things more efficient within a company as far as like saving money and helping the environment at the same time. And so I ended up with industrial engineering, and I'm really thankful for that. It's a lot of math, so I prefer math over science, which is also good for me. It's more math than science, and I really enjoy it. Nobody in my family is an engineer. I mean, obviously, right? But my dad works in like the quality department, and I feel like maybe that's where I got the industrial engineering from. With quality, he kind of works with like being more efficient in the company and like as far as safety and regulations go. And so maybe that's where I got it from, but I'm really thankful that I decided to stick with industrial engineering because that role does fit me well as far as like communicating and communication skills and being an engineer as far as the math goes, and combining those two together is really great for me because I kind of feel like I can work with that.
Awesome. Was the trip in the summer?
It was over spring break.
Spring break, okay.
Yeah.
Did you go with Daniela? Viviendo?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Sorry.
That was okay.